All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. This brother Kazak. Uh, just wanted to do this quick little lesson touching up on adultery. This is a huge problem that's going on in Israel. And you might not know somebody, you might know somebody that did it. That's doing it right now. You know, and this is something that the Lord really hates. The Lord does not play about this. The Lord does not play about adultery. But first, we got to get the real definition of adultery. So, with that being said, before I get started, I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Omalak Yahushai. And let's hop into it. We're gonna start off with the book of Exodus. We gonna go to the law. You always gotta start off with the law, because the law is the foundation. We gonna go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 14. It says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." So this is basically in the so-called Salakia, the Ten Commandments. The Lord said, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." Let's find out what adultery is, because a lot of people, they don't really know what adultery is. They think adultery is just blame it on the Christian church. They think that adultery is a man that's married, or a man that got a girl, and he go sleep with another girl. That's not what adultery is. Adultery is more to it than that. So let's go to the book of Leviticus real quick, because Leviticus break it down a little more. In Exodus it say thou shalt not commit adultery, but it don't expound on it. So you gotta, in order to get the precept, the order and get the understanding, you gotta go through the precepts. Let me get a precept on that real quick, because this is why a lot of people don't understand the Bible, and this is something that I always go into on my videos. This is how you get the understanding. The book of Psalms, chapter 119, and verse 104. Salakia, I'm on the wrong page. Yeah, book of Psalms, chapter 119, and verse 104. It says, "Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way." So through the precepts is how we get understanding. So through the precepts is how we finna understand adultery and what it is, and what the Lord hates about it. So let's go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10. This is Leviticus 20 and 10. It says, "And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even," let me read that again, "and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife." So adultery is when a man sleeps with another man's wife. A woman, a man, that man could be single. He could be single, he could have a wife. But if he goes and sleeps with a woman that has a man already, that's considered adultery. You know. So let me read that again from the top. Leviticus 20 and 10. "And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress," so the man and the woman that committed adultery, that had sex with each other, "the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death." So like I said, the Lord don't play about that, man. And thinking in the world, with these songs, like damn near every song that you're listening to, with these jakes, it's about a brother, you know, be like a brother be rapping about, "I got all these bands, I got your woman looking at me, she trying to come over, so I'm gonna let her come over, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do with her, and then I'm gonna put her on her way, send her on her way back to you." That shit is off, man, for real. Like, I can't even lie. I used to think this shit was cool back when I was in the world, but when I came into this truth and I found out that the Lord don't play about that, hey, I don't play about it no more either, cause I'm about my Father's business. Whatever the Most High don't like, I don't like. So you gotta if you go serve the Most High, you gotta be one with Him. You gotta be one with the Most High. So whatever he not cool with, you can't be cool with. And adultery is something that He is really not cool with. The Most High does not play about adultery and fornication. And this is something that is really big. This is a really big problem, a really big issue within our nation. Even in the truth, you got brothers who can't even really trust their wives, cause their wives got wandering eyes. You go to like a feast day, with the congregation. You want to bring your wife around. You want her to meet all the people. You want her to meet the brothers. And then your wife is got wandering eyes. You looking away. You greeting a brother, and your wife looking at a brother over there by the punch table. Your wife looking at a brother over there making his plate. Your wife looking at that brother. She checking out his garment. She's like, oh, okay, he fly. He fly. There's some fine brothers in here. That's what your wife thinking, and that's the mind of an adulterous woman, and she'll never tell you, and you'll never know. But the Lord will bring the darkness to the light, though. Believe that. Let me bring that out real quick in the book of Luke. Everything that's done in the dark is gonna come to light. This the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." So, whatever is done in the dark is going to be brought to light. Like Yahushua just said, this is red letters. It said, ain't nothing covered that shall not be revealed. So, they doing that. They trying to sneak off in the dark. Your wife, you working them night shifts, and you thinking your wife is at home, take care of the kids, waiting on you to get off in the morning, and come home so she could tend to you and give you that good loving that she always do. Whole time, she inviting Tyrone down the street. Soon as you 2 hours in at work, Tyrone already on his way. He on your couch right now, got his feet kicked up. What they say, eating your baby mama kids fruit snacks. You know, and Jake think that's a game. Jake think that's cool. Jake think it's cool to go and sleep with another man's baby mama. First off, that's that man's wife. You know, that's that man's property. You can't be doing that. That's not the right mindset to have. The Lord will put you to death for that. Like we just read in the book of Leviticus. That's that man's possession. You know, like this scarf I got on, this headband, this is my possession. I wouldn't want no other man wearing my possession. I wouldn't want no other man key going inside my lock. Cause what? It's supposed to be my lock. It's supposed to keep my things sacred. My things that is locked down. It's supposed to be keeping that sacred. So how? What good is it to me? What good is it to me if another man's key could go in it? You know, speaking symbolically. Let's go to the book of Salakia. Let's go to the book of Sirach real quick to show you that a man's wife is his possession. You know, this the book of Sirach, chapter 36, verse 24. It says, "He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest." So that man's wife, when he takes that woman to be his wife, she becomes his. She becomes his possession. And so when she lies with another man, that's basically another man taking that man's possession. And that's not right with the Lord. The Lord don't like that. The Lord will put you to death for that. So let's go back to the Salakia. Let's read Leviticus one more time. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10. Explaining what adultery is, because a lot of people, they confused about it. They think that if a man and he got a girl, he in a relationship already, and he go sleep with another woman, and that woman's single, that's not adultery. That's that man taking two wives. That's that man having one wife here and one wife there. But if he's sleeping with a woman that already belongs to a man, that's adultery. Or if that woman, if she already belongs to somebody, she already got a man at home, and she goes out and commits fornication and has sex with another man, that's adultery. You know. So this Leviticus 20 and 10, it says, "And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death." So they gonna be put to death, man. That's the penalty for it. That's what the Lord got waiting on you for you people that think adultery is cool. That shit ain't cool at all, man. And it's like I said, it's damn near every song you listen to on the radio, or every song you listen to on SoundCloud, on WorldStar, anything, man. It's all teaching about. It's all putting that adultery in your mind. And you can't be. That's why you gotta stay away from some of this music, cause like it said in the book of Salakia, what is that? Like I say in the book of Corinthians, evil communications corrupt good manners. So whatever you putting, whatever you listening to in your ears, that's what you go start doing. You gonna start taking on them acts. And if you listening to music that about a man sleeping with another man's wife, a man taking another man's woman, and all of that, you gonna end up doing that, man, because that's all you putting into your head. So let's go to the book of Matthew. Cause speaking on that, that's all you putting into your head. Let's see what Yahweh Shah said about it. Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 27. Because he gave the spirit behind it. Because, okay, you're not committing adultery if you don't sleep with a man's wife. But that don't mean, but Yahweh Shai giving the spirit behind it. You shouldn't even be thinking about that woman, thinking about sleeping with your brother wife. You shouldn't even be thinking about sleeping with your neighbor wife. Think about sleeping with your boss wife. You shouldn't be thinking about it. You know, okay, you're not committing adultery by not sleeping with her, but don't even think about it. That's what Yahweh Shah finna say. This Matthew 5 and 27 says, "Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery." So when he said you heard that it was said by them in old time, what is he referring to? He referring to what we just read in Exodus 20 and 14, that you shouldn't commit adultery. That's what he mean when you when he referring to them saying in old time. Anytime you read in the New Testament and they talk about ye have heard, or it is written, or as it is written, they referring to the Old Testament. So that's a cut. That's a cut for you brothers that believe that the New Testament is false, that they don't be referring to nothing in the Old Testament, and that's a cut to you brothers that believe that the New Testament is the only thing that we should be following. That's a double cut. So verse 27, Matthew 5 and 27 again. It says, "Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart." So let's go back to the example that I just had about the feast day. How your wife got wandering eyes. So say you a single brother. You a single brother, or you married. It don't really matter. Because, if you sleep with another woman, as long as she not married, that's cool. But if you sleep with a woman that is married, that's adultery. So let's say you a brother, you at the feast day, right? It's a big feast day. Salaki, I got to get this thing off my shirt. It's bugging me. But it's a big feast day, right? And you see a brother, he walk in with his wife, with his rib. She got that dress, she got that modest dress on, got her hair wrapped up. She got a little makeup on, got her eyebrows did or whatever. You know, cis skin, all perfect and all that is shining. The brother got a bad wife. So a lot of brothers got bad wives. But that don't mean think about her like that. The Lord did make some fine women, but that don't mean think about them like that, especially if they belong to another man. So the brother, you realize the brother got a bad wife. You looking at her, and what you doing when you looking at her? You undressing her with your eyes. You like, damn. I wonder how she look. I wonder how she look under that dress. I wonder what that. You trying to picture everything with your mind. So that's why Yahweh Shah said, "But I say unto you that whosoever looketh upon a woman," Salakia, let me rephrase that. It says, "But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart." So you committed adultery already with her in your heart, and your heart represents your mind. Salakia, your heart represents your mind. So you committed adultery already with her in your mind. Because you sitting there undressing her with your eyes. You sitting there picturing Salakia. You sitting there picturing all the things that you would do to her. You sitting there wondering what she looked like under her garments and all of that. You going off, brother. You commit adultery already with her in your mind, because your mind is where it starts. Once you done made up your mind on it, then you go act on it. Like I said, evil communications corrupt good manners. So just like when we listening to that music, say you listening to trap music all day. You listening to trap music. You listening to that Young Dolph, that Lil Baby, that Gucci Mane. You listening to all of that, and they talk about pushing them bricks. They talk about selling them pounds or whatever, whatever. And that's gonna make you want to do it. That's gonna make you want to live that lifestyle. So if you listening to music, if you listening to music talking about sleeping with other men's wives, that's gonna make you want to do it. That's gonna make you think it's cool. That's gonna corrupt your mind into doing it. That's why Yahweh Shah said, don't even think about it. Don't even have them thoughts in your head, because you done did it already in your heart. And once you make up, once you do it in your heart, your flesh go already want to do it, and you just go give in to the flesh and do it. So let me read that again. It's Matthew 5:28. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart. So don't even look at the woman. Let's go to the book. Let's go back to the book of Sirach. This the book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 9. Sirach 9 and 9. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife. Don't even sit with her. Don't sit next to her, none of that. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms. So sit not at all with another man's wife. Don't invite her to go get no coffee. If you know a woman, if you work with a woman, and she got a man at home, don't tell her, hey, let's go get some lunch, on our lunch break. Let's go get something to eat. Or let's go come sit in the car with me. Come sit in the car with me and listen to this song. Jake always making music. He gonna be like, come listen to my mixtape in the car. He gonna say something like that just to get around the sister. That's off, man. The book just said, sit not at all with another man's wife on no occasion. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms. Don't be no shoulder to cry on for that sister. You know what they say. It's something that they say in the world. Excuse me for my language. What they say, a shoulder to cry on become a dick to ride on. And that's the truth. It's facts. It's facts. I done seen it with my own eyes. In my old life, I done seen it with other brothers. That shoulder to cry on become something to ride on. So you being there, a brother and his rib going through hard times, and say the sister, and you try to go over there to comfort her. You sitting with her in your arms, like the book just said. You sitting with her in your arms. So now, y'all feelings, y'all go start to develop feelings, cause she already feeling vulnerable. She already feeling like she not wanted, cause her and her man going through it. So she gonna want to feel wanted. And who right there in front of her? What man right there? That's you. And what she gonna do? She gonna lean over. She gonna lean over, and she gonna give you that look. She gonna give you that look and blink the eyes, and you gonna go in. You gonna go in. You gonna give in, brother. So that's why I say, don't even sit with another man's wife. Don't sit with her in your arms. Don't be no shoulder to cry on for this woman if you know she belong to somebody else. Let me go back on that. It says, sit not at all, Sirach 9 and 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. So don't take her out to eat. Don't do none of that. It says, lest thine heart incline unto her, lest you start developing feelings for this woman, and she belonged to another man. So what is you even there for in the first place? That's off, man. Don't invite her for no good time. Don't be trying to show her no good time. Be like, yeah, I know her man lame. He ain't getting money like that. Let me go ahead and show her what this money do. Let me show her what this rip rock. Let me show her what my car, how my car ride, how smooth it is, how clean it is on the inside. Let me show her how fast it go. Her man car can't do this. That's off, man. And you niggas is wicked, and you niggas need to repent, or the Lord gonna put y'all ass to death. Real talk, man, for real. It says, nor and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her. And so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. So through your desire of having this woman that belong to somebody else, you gonna fall into destruction. The Lord is gonna destroy your ass. Like we read in Leviticus 20 and 10, the adulterer and the adulteress, both the man and the woman, both of them gonna get put to death. The Lord don't play about that, man. let's get an example of how you should carry yourself and how you should carry yourself. And Salakia. No, first we gonna go to Second Samuel. We go see somebody that committed adultery and what they did, and what the Lord did to them. This the book of Second Samuel chapter 11. One of our righteous forefathers, a man after the Most High's own heart, committed adultery. This is why I love the Bible, because the Bible don't only tell you about good times. The Bible don't only tell you the good thing about our forefathers, about our ancestors. The Bible tell you when they was messing up as well. The Bible tell you when they went off. So this is what's good, because whatsoever was written aforetime was written for our learning. Like I said in Romans 15:4 on down. So this 2 Samuel chapter 11, reading about King David. It says this 2 Samuel chapter 11. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, "And it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose from off his bed." So David is a king. He the king over all Israel. It said that David arose up from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. So he got out the bed, and then he probably put his robe on. He was a king. He was rich. He probably had the best silk robes, all that, the best garments. Probably had his crown on, sparkling. Probably had some rings on. Probably had a chain on or whatever. Probably had a grill in his mouth, because that's how our forefathers was. It says he rose up out his bed. He rose up out his bed and he walked upon the roof of his house. And he was a king, so he probably had a mansion. Probably could see from the top of his house. He probably could see all the land of Israel. Probably could see his whole kingdom. So he walked on the roof of his house. He feeling himself. He the king. He woke up feeling himself. Like, I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. I'm finna walk on the roof of my house. I got this robe on. Ain't nobody messing with me right now. I'm at war. I've been slaying all these. What it say? Saul slayed his thousands. David slayed his 10,000. I'm slaying all these men. My name ringing bells. I'm King David. That's how it is. So I say, and it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. So he walking on the roof of his crib. He looking around in his land. Like I said, he probably had a mansion. He looking around. He could see everything from bird's eye view. And he see a woman washing herself. She washing up, probably putting on some of that frankincense and myrrh and all of that. She got the bath soaps and all of that. He see her washing herself. And he like, who is that over there? Who that is? How Jake be, but who that is? And get the biting their lip. Thinking about what they gonna do to her. Want to check it out. Want to call her over. So this what he did. It says, from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. So this woman was bad. She was bad, very beautiful woman. And David sent and inquired after the woman. So he sent one of his men. He sent one of his men like, hey, go get her for me. Hey, you see her over there? You see her over there? That crib over there. Go knock on that door and tell her King David said come over here. I'm trying to check it out. Tell her King David trying to check it out. So that's what he did. And he said, and inquired of the woman, and one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? So the servant knew that the man's that the girl that David was trying to hit on was Salaki, excuse my language. The servant knew that the woman that David was trying to grab was already married to Uriah the Hittite, but David ain't care. Let's read on. Verse 4. 2 Samuel 11:4. And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her. So David, he basically got down with her. He called her over and got down with her. He didn't even think twice about it probably. And said he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. So she just got off her period. That's what it says. She purified from her uncleanness. She just got off her period, and so I think you gotta wait, like a woman has to wait like 7 days in the law. Let me see if I can find it real quick. think it's Leviticus 15. Con. Leviticus 15 and 19. It says, "And if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the even." So the issue of blood is her period. You know, a woman get her monthly. That's what they call it, monthly. You know, she be on her period every month. You know, it probably lasts a couple days. It probably lasts a week. But whenever she done bleeding, from when it stopped, she gotta wait 7 days. She gotta wait 7 days, and then she purified. She clean. She clean again. So this said, so this was 7 days after her period had came. So she was clean. So David was like, "Oh, I got the green light. I'm finna get up in that." You know. So that's how David was. He said she was purified from her cleanness, and she returned into her house. And the woman conceived. She conceived, and sent and told David and said, "I am with child." So she conceived. So this was a month. It was like probably a month later. You know, she ain't get her period, and she told David like, "Hey," she sent the messenger. She told David like, "Hey, my period ain't come. You know, hey, we got a baby on the way. I'm pregnant. My period ain't come. You know." So it said, "And a woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child." So David was trying to figure out what he go do. You know, so that was Salakia. Let me skip down to. So David was trying to get Salakia. Let me skip down to verse. I'm gonna just keep going on that. Verse 6. "And David sent to Joab, saying, Send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David." So David knew who wife it was, and he said, "Bring her husband to me. You know, send me Uriah the Hittite." You know, Uriah was one of David's top hitters. You know, Uriah was in the army of Israel. You know, over there fighting with the Philistines. You know, for David. It say, verse 7, "And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered." So, you know, he making small talk with him. He small talking with him. He was like, "How the war going? You know, how them brothers out there doing? Them brothers out there winning? They winning them battles? How it's going? You know, how it's looking?" So Uriah telling them the details and all that. And David just, you know, playing and basically small talking, basically being fake, you know, two-faced. It says, in verse 8, "And David said to Uriah, Go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king." So David told Uriah, which was Bathsheba's husband, you know, he told him, you know, "Hey, go to the crib, you know, wash your feet, go ahead, wash up, kick back a little bit, you know, you've been out at the war, you know, go ahead, chill at the crib for a couple days, you know, go ahead, take a load off. You know, I'm giving you a break from your duties of serving me." You know, so what David really doing, he got a plan in his head. If I could get this brother to go to the crib and sleep with his wife, maybe they could play it off like that's his baby that she got. But really it's my baby. But it's gonna get played off like that's his baby. That shit is wicked, man. That shit is off. For real, that shit is off. That's why David got the punishment that the Lord gave to him, you know. So he was trying to, long story short, David was trying to get Uriah to have sex with Bathsheba, his wife, so that he could think that the baby that she got on her stomach is his, you know. So let's skip down to Salakia. Let's skip down to verse 14. So long story short, Uriah ain't want to go home. Uriah wanted to stay next to King David, wanted to stay by his side and serve the king. You know, wanted to be that humble servant. So David had to come up with another plan. We skip it down to verse 14. 2 Samuel 11 and 14, it says, "And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah, and he wrote in the letter saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die. So he was like, I'm sending Uriah back to the war. He wrote a letter to Joab, which was probably the general out there, and hey, put Uriah in the front lines where the most smoke going on. Put Uriah where the Philistines got their hardest warriors, and where I know he go die. Put him up there, so he could just get killed, so I could have this brother out the way. And Joab did that. Joab did just as the king said, and Uriah went out there and he ended up getting killed. And Yahweh was pissed. The Most High was pissed. The Most High, he got eyes upon everything. The Most High seeing everything. So he was pissed about it. Let's see what happened. We gotta skip the chapter 12 and verse 13. This 2 Samuel 12 and 13, it says, and David said unto Nathan, Nathan was the prophet. He came and told David how he was wrong and what the Most High finna do for the punishment. So 2 Samuel 12 and 13, and David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, the Lord also have put away thy sin, thou shalt not die. So the Lord told Nathan to tell David that I ain't gonna kill David. I ain't gonna kill him. Even though the punishment for adultery is death, I'm not gonna kill David. But this what I'm gonna do. It says, verse 14, howbeit, because this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die. So the Lord killed David's seed that he made with Bathsheba. The Lord killed that baby. And the Lord could do that. The priest, it's usually the priest's job to carry out the duties of the law. It's the priest's job to carry out the duties of the law. So if two people commit adultery, it'd be the priest that put them to death. Because the priest was basically like the enforcer of the law. But the Lord can do what he wants. A lot of Old Testament brothers say a man can't die for another man's sins. Well, hold on. What about this right here? Let's go to the book of Numbers. Salakia. Let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter, I believe is 14. Salakia. Book of Numbers, chapter 14. The book of Numbers, chapter 14 and 18, it says, the Lord is long suffering and great of mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So your child could be going through it for what your father did. Just like we in this captivity now going through it, we going through it for what our forefathers did back then. We going through it for our forefathers worshiping other gods, for our forefathers eating pork chops, for our forefathers committing adultery. We going through all that right now for our forefathers not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So it said, back to 2 Samuel 12 and 15, it says, and Nathan departed unto his house, and the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and it was very sick. So the child got sick. Long story short, the child died. So that was our forefather. That was one of our forefathers that committed adultery, and that's what the Lord decided to do. Now let's go to a forefather that fled from adultery, that didn't want to commit adultery. Let's go to the book of Genesis. Speaking on Joseph, righteous man Joseph, one of the 12 patriarchs, Salakia, that's Genesis. Salakia, I think it's chapter 39. I'm on the wrong page. Genesis chapter 39. And I'm going to start at 6. It says, and he left. I'm going to start at 5. It says, and it came to pass from that time that he had made him overseer in his house. So Pharaoh made Joseph overseer in his house. because Joseph was interpreting the dreams for Pharaoh, you know, and also Joseph had prepared them for the Salakia for the this is later on in time, but Joseph had prepared Pharaoh and Egypt for the famine that was coming. So Egypt went through the famine and didn't feel no effects from it. So verse 5, this is the Pharaoh repaying Joseph, and it says, and it came to pass from that time that he had made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake, and the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field, and he left all that he had in Joseph's hand. Salakia. So the Pharaoh put everything that he had in Joseph's hand. He was like, look, everything that I got, is yours. Mikasa is Sukasa. That's basically what Pharaoh said. Everything that I got, you can have it. And he says, and he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat, and Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. So, Joseph was the man in Egypt. Joseph was like Pharaoh's right hand man, you know. And it says, verse 7, and it came to pass after these things that his master's wife, so Pharaoh's wife, cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. So, she looking at Joseph. He an Israelite. He an Israelite, so he's shining. He got that glow. He got that glow. He got that Jake look. He got that sauce, cause ain't nobody got a sauce like an Israelite, and don't nobody got that swag like us. Can't nobody carry themselves like us. Got that touch. And these women of the other nations, they like us. They want us. They can't resist. You know. So it says, so the Pharaoh's wife was looking at Joseph. She got wondering eyes. She looking at Joseph like, I want some of that. That's how she was acting. She like, I want some of that. I want him. I'm trying to see what that's about. And so in verse 7, and it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. But he refused and said unto his master's wife, behold, my master would not what is with me in the house, and he have committed all that he have to my hand. So he was like Pharaoh doing this good stuff for me, and he don't. Why would I do something like that? And he doing all this good stuff for me. He got me on this. He got me being his right hand man. He gave me everything that's in his house, So why would I sleep with his wife? Verse 9 says, there is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee. So Pharaoh ain't keep nothing from Joseph besides his wife, you know, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? So Joseph was like, how can I do this wickedness and sin against God? And you know what that is? That's a cut right there. That's a cut right there for you brothers that say that the law ain't coming till Moses. Cause how did Joseph know it was a sin? What is sin? First of all, 1 John 3 and 4, sin is the transgression of the law. So how would he say that? How would he know that adultery is a sin? Sleeping with another man's wife is a sin if they didn't have the laws back then. That showed that the laws was passed down orally. The laws was passed down through mouth. They didn't write it down on the stone tablets. They didn't write it. They didn't have the scrolls like Moses brought to the people. But they had the laws. They knew about the laws. They knew about what was right and what was wrong in the eyes of the Most High and being servants of the Most High. So it said, how could I do this great wickedness and sin against God? And it came to pass, as she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her to lie by her or to be with her. So she was at it every day, man. Every day in this brother's ear. Hey, I'm ready. I'm here. It's here when you want it. You know how these women be. They be whenever you want it, it's here. It's all for you. It's all for you, daddy. It's yours. I'm trying to tell you it's yours. I don't even want him no more. It's yours. Wickedness, wicked women, So she was at it day by day, telling this brother every day that she trying to get him to lie with her. So it say, verse 11, and it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me. So Joseph was in the house by himself. She come up, snatch on Joseph. Hey, come on, let's get it. Ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody here but us. Let's do this. So just said she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me. And he left his garment in her in her hand and fled and got him out. So he took his whole garment off. He was like, got up out of there. You know how when on Scooby Doo, when they running from the monster and they run and they leave their clothes behind, that's what Joseph did. You know how he took off and left his clothes behind. And that's how you're supposed to do. You're supposed to flee from sin as from a serpent. Like it said in the book of Sirach. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. So that's how you're supposed to do. So that's going into one part of adultery. I might come back with a part two on what is spiritual adultery. I might come back on that because that's something else that Israel is going crazy about. People in the world worshiping other gods. That's spiritual adultery. But I just wanted to touch on this quick topic. I might get a couple more. Let me get a couple more real quick. You know, I didn't really want this video to be too long, but the spirit just be, you can't retain the spirit. So let me go on to Salakia. Let me go to Proverbs. That's where I want to go. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 7. Because you gotta watch it, because that's what Joseph was going through. These women, they'll try to get you, man. They'll sure try to get you for real. They don't even care. They'll do it real quick. These women that got wandering eyes, especially in this generation, they don't even care they got a boyfriend. They can be with that boyfriend for 5-6 years, got 10 babies by them, all that. They still ready to give it up to the next man. That's why you gotta prove these women. That's why you gotta make sure that she is the one, brother. Because she'll have you out here shit-faced. Have you out here shitty as hell. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, and verse 6. It says, For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding. So it's a brother looking out the window of his house. He looking down the block, and he see another brother walking down the street. Just walking down the street. Trying to look for something to do. Just chilling, minding his own business. And it says, verse 8, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house. So he is passing through the street. He didn't know where he was going. And he is on the road. He is on the street, and just so happened it was an adulterous woman whose house was down the road. A woman who don't even care about her husband, a woman who ready to give it up to anybody. So it says, passing through the street near her corner, and he went to the way to her house. In the twilight, in the evening, in the dark night, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. So it met him a woman. It met a woman. He met a woman, in the street. She was like with the attire of a harlot. So she probably had a tight ass dress on, or probably some leggings or something like that. Probably had all her curves showing and all of that. She ready to give it up. Like she probably has something on that's easy to take off. Easy to slip off. So she could just slip it back on when she done. Like it's saying in the book of Proverbs, a adulterous woman, when she done eating, she wipe with her mouth, saying, I done no wickedness. She slip her clothes back on and get back to doing what she was doing, like she didn't really do nothing. So it says, Salakia, verse 11, she is loud and stubborn, her feet abide not in her house. Her feet don't even abide in her house. She can't stay in her own house. She can't drink waters out her own cistern, which is her husband. She can't stay in her own house. She can't stay in the kitchen and make biscuits. She can't stay in the house and clean the living room. She gotta go out the house. She gotta see what everybody else doing. She wanna see what all the other men doing while her man at work. She wanna see what Sally man doing. She want to see what Tim doing down the block. She want to see what Tyrone doing while he lifting weights in his backyard. She want to do all of that. Her feet abide not in her house. You know, she want to go to the club. You know, she want to go to the bar and see who are there. See what man she could get to look at her and get the rubbing on her and all of that. You know, she want to do all things like that. So it says she's stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. It says, now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So she lying in wait. She looking for a man to sleep with. She looking for her victim of the night. You know, she looking for somebody to take down, to come take her down. You know, it says, verse 13. So she see the boy. She see the man that was walking. It says, so she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me this day. Have I paid my vows? So she giving him that sweet talk. You know, like I say, the lips of a strange woman drop up as a honeycomb. You know, so she dropping them she dropping that game on him. You know, she telling him like, look, you know, hey, my man ain't home. You know, hey, I've been with him so long. You know, I'm ready for something new. You know, I'm tired of this. You know, I got this good box. I got this good box and it ain't been getting beat up right. You know, I need somebody to beat it up real good. Excuse my language, but that's how these females be. You know, I ain't been touched right in so long. You know, I ain't been happy. She trying to tell this man, she trying to get him to come her way. It says, therefore came I forth, verse 15, therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. So she like, I think you could do the job. I think you can give me what I'm looking for. Cause I've been not happy in my marriage for so long. You know, my husband he ain't tended to me right like how he used to. So I need somebody else, somebody young, to come to knock these cobwebs off. You know, that's how these females be, and that's why you gotta watch it. Man. You women is fucking wicked, man. You females is wicked as hell, man, for the things that y'all be doing. Can't stay to one man. It says, I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. So she like, I got this silk, Victoria's Secret linen. You know, I went to Bed Bath and Beyond or Bath and Body Works and got these candles. You know, I got them lit. They ready. I got rose petals on the bed. I got champagne on the dresser with the ice under it. You know, got the glasses, got the candles lit. You know, got the frankincense and myrrh. Got the perfume sprayed on the pillows. You know, I set the mood. I set the mood. Come on, the mood is already set. I just need you. Only thing missing is you. You know, I got everything in the alphabet. The only thing I'm missing is you. So why don't you come to my house? You know. She's saying, verse 17, I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. So she set the mood. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. So she like, come, let us do the thing. You know, let's get down and dirty. You know, all the way into the morning time. You know, I want to do it all the way into the morning. I think it's a song like that. You know, and it says, but so like it, that's off topic. It say, let us solace ourselves with loves. For the verse 19, for the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. So she's saying her man, the good man, her man that's paying all the bills, her man that's making sure there's food on the table for her. He not at home. He going on a long journey and he ain't gonna be coming back no time soon. So what? This is our time to shine, baby. This is the time for you to come for us to get this done. You know? And that's how these women is. That's how it be. You know, you brothers that work the night shift, you brothers better be watching close on your woman, man. Don't be afraid to do a pop up here and there, brother. For real. Don't be afraid to do a pop up. You working that night shift, brother, you might have to do a pop up or two just to make sure that this woman is being who she say she is, you know, and doing what she say she doing. You know, cause you the good man, you not at home. You know, she might have Reggie coming in through the back door so the neighbors don't see. She got Reggie coming in through the back door to come do the thing with her so they can have their love until the morning. All the way until 4 o'clock. You get off at 6. So, you know, you get home, you know, and now y'all got a R. Kelly trapped in the closet situation going on, you know. It says, for the good man, verse 19, for the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He have taken a bag of money with him, and will come home at the appointed time. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. So with all the things she was saying, she caused the brother to stop out of his path. Excuse me, Salaki. With her much fair speech, with all the things she was saying all the right things. She know just what to say to get this brother to come into her house and commit adultery with her. She caused the brother to yield. The brother was like, you know what? You right. You right. And I have been trying to do that since high school with you. You know, I have been looking at you since elementary. You know, and you was bad back in high school. I did always want to do that with you. You know, this is our time. You right. Your man ain't home. You know, maybe we could do that. You know, maybe we won't get caught. You know. So it said, with her much fair speech, she caused the brother to yield. With her flattering lips, she forced him. You know, she forced him. She gave the brother no choice. Gave the brother no choice. The brother couldn't pass. She gave the brother an offer he couldn't refuse, man. That's how it be. She gave the brother an offer he couldn't refuse, and the brother gave in to it. Verse 22 says, he goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks. So he went after her as an ox go to the slaughter. An ox don't know if he, an ox don't know that he going to the slaughter. An ox think you finna lead him to some food or something. An ox think he finna go do the work. You know, you put the muzzle on him and you dragging him, and he just walking with you. You just guiding him, and he just going wherever you take him. You know, that's how the brother was. You know, she guiding the brother to his death, cause it's death at the end of that. Cause what the Most High say, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. You know, so it say he goeth after her as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. So it say, till a dart strike through his liver. What is that? What is that dart striking through his liver? That's the Lord sending death upon that brother. You know, the Lord. I mean, the brother might be leaving her house, and the brother might get hit by a car as soon as he walk out of the house. You know, the brother might be leaving her house, and then a week later, the brother burning. You know, the brother burning, and he find out he got AIDS. You know, the Lord can do that, man. The Lord can do that. The Lord can give you an STD, and you die by it a week later, or you die by a couple months later, man. You know, the Lord can do whatever. The Lord is gonna send that punishment. Believe me, He gonna send that punishment. You know, so you brothers, you know, that's all I wanted to get into. You know, I might come back with a part 2 on spiritual fornication. You know, but right now I just wanted to focus on adultery. You know, with that being said, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach, Mamalak Yahushai. And, you know, flee from sin, Israel. You know, don't sin, you know, flee from adultery. Don't let these women talk you into doing these things, brothers and sisters. Don't let these men hop in your inbox and you know you got a man. You know, put in your bio, I got a man, no male DMs. You know, do stuff like that. You know, flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. You know, stay righteous. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know, and endure to the end. Matthew 24:13. You know, call the law Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.